up first is a game I mentioned. It's Phantom Spark. Got a code for it. I am playing on PC. I mentioned it on one of our Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. If folks are following us there, it's at DLC Pod on YouTube and DLC Hype Train on Instagram and Threads. And Phantom Spark is not an homage. It very much taps into the feeling of F-Zero or WipEout style games, but it has its own unique spin on it. And that is, you're not worried about other racers on the track battling you, weapons, taking you down, or perfecting some drift mode and turbo boost. It is very pure in what it delivers. There's a story, doesn't matter. I won't get into it. The game itself, you have these various nodes that you're traveling to that are all different tracks. And on each track, your first goal is to finish the track. And again, it has that F-Zero WipEout style ship that has a little bit of hover on it as it bends and slides around these tracks. And your first way to finish or advance is to finish the track. Then after that, there's like a master of an area that will come in and race beside you. And you have to beat that kind of prescribed time. And then you'll have your ghost. You can keep racing a track. And it very much feeds into that a neon white style of speed running, where you're not only racing against the predetermined times that a track gives you to achieve some, XP ranking that fills up the bar that says you're as fast as anybody, but also against your prior ghost. You can immediately jump in and race against the thing that you just did, the time you just ran. And so it has that, I clipped that turn just wrong. Let me just run that back. In so much as that if you hit a wall, it doesn't get in the way, but it shows up like, press Y to start again. And it's not rewind like Forza Horizon. It's like, you're starting again, buddy, because you got this. And you're like, I do got this. And you hit it and you're instantly back at the start and you're zipping along. And the courses, the way your ship moves through the environment is you're almost constantly picking up speed. So it's like you're riding a bicycle slightly downhill. You're not bombing, you're not mountain biking, but it feels like, oh yeah, I'm pedaling. But as the course goes on, you're like, oh, I am flying now. And everything is whipping by you. And how I described it on the Instagram reel is that, and I literally had said this out loud when I was playing it, never have I said more while playing a game than Phantom Spark. Now this is pod racing. I feel like young Anakin sitting there at the controls. I clearly have some Jedi in me because there's no other way that I could react so quickly to these courses. Because the first time you race it, there's not a map, down in the corner that shows you where to go. There's no drive line that shows you where to go. You are just on this WipEout.
There's just a midichlorian count. That's all you've got.
Very high, and my mom never got with anybody. And she got pregnant with me. And you're just flying on these tracks, and then columns appear, and there are jumps, and you're really kind of figuring it out on the fly, which when you do it, is just an exquisite feeling. There's nothing like it. The rush of, cutting your time by a few seconds or beating the champion ghost character on that track. Super, super fun. Where the game doesn't quite rise to the level of something like WipEout Pulse or Pure for me, or some of the best WipEout games or F-Zero games, is that when you're playing alone, that's really all there is. So after you see the fun of the new track and then maybe take down the spirit champion of that track, unless you really want to get into the speedrunning community or share those online or play against friends, I don't have the motivation to keep filing my time down necessarily. So it kind of falls flat in terms of you don't have weapons, you don't have some of the things that keep the other games interesting. But as a pure distilled racer in the vehicle for time trialing and proving you're better than you are, Phantom Spark does almost everything perfectly. It's awesome. If you're craving that kind of WipEout feeling, highly, highly recommend Phantom Spark. It's super fun.
And are you playing it on PC or
I am playing on PC. Yes, it's nice. Beautiful. Very nice.
Phantom Spark. What else have you been playing?